breakfast is he would go to the ice cream stand and he would get the crumpled up Oreos and he would put them in a dish and then he would fill it with chocolate milk, and that was his breakfast. I know, disgusting, right?
Gosh, that's horrible. That sounds like something Kyle would do.
Oh, 100%.
Kyle Brackey is has the worst sweet tooth. Everything tooth.
I already had
for
some
breakfast?
Thin Mints this morning.
He had Thin Mints this morning.
For breakfast? Brackey.
Yeah, I'm a big believer. We shouldn't put, like, I can only eat this for breakfast, and I have to wait until dinner to eat this, and I have to wait until lunchtime to eat this. It's food. I'm going to eat it whenever the hell I want.
That is his mentality. I actually really respect it. This dude will come in 7:30 in the morning. He'll crack open a cold Coke. Excuse me, I don't want to say cold one.
So how does he stay so lean?
Listen, he's young. He's very young still. Brackey is wise, but how old are you?
27.
Yeah, he couldn't rent a car for us for a long time. So
that's true.
I think by the time he hits 30, things can change a little bit. You gotta start taking matters in your own hands a little bit.
Gotta actually try then.
Yeah, you might have to try, but why try when you don't have to try?
Yeah.
So let's play hypothetical on Nomad's question. Say Jaden beats Bo Snyder and Sedulayev on the way to an Olympic title at 187. Mm-hmm. What number would you put him on the all-time Olympic list, or on the all-time American list?
Well, I think he's squarely behind John and Bruce and Jordan. And I think if he goes through Kyle and beats Kyle and gets his third, I think you could say he passes Kyle. So he's up there, but just there's something to be said for longevity, and there's something to be said for quality of competition, which he will have had in spades if he does this, right? But he hasn't done it yet. And also, the previous 2 years at 92, the competition has not been as rigorous as it would have been.
That's fair.
So that's
they can't even take him down, though.
No, but the same's true for Kyle Dake. I mean, if Kyle Dake goes through Burroughs and beats Sidakov, I mean, is he like a GOAT then too? Because he's 1-2 and no.
I mean, yeah. If Burroughs wins this one, I think is that what you said? What did you say?
I said Dake. I mean,
you said Dake. I'm sorry. Oh, Dake. That's a good question.
But think about it. What's the difference between Dake and Cox at this point? They won the
not
last
much,
two.
Not much.
They're going to take out a legend, and then the only difference would be who Dake would beat on a way to an Olympic title is not going to be as impressive as who.
Well, Jaden did keep Dake off a team and then went and won a medal.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, I mean, I made this argument. Tommy and I, all the way back in my original podcast with Tommy Rowland, we did a top all-time Americans thing. And I put Dake on my list. And literally my argument at that point was if they had a weight class for him, he would be a world champion. And so, when you rate people back in the day, you're rating them on the 10 weight class system. If you take 136 out, is John Smith the six-timer? If it goes 125, 143, he might be. But he also might not be, right? So when we go to the 6 weight class system, which we were at for a while, or 7, it is significantly more difficult to make world teams and win world medals than on a 10 weight class system. And there's just no argument about that. So, if Dake had 79 for a few more years, I mean, how many world titles would he have right now? If Jaden had 92, how many world titles would he have right now? I mean, he might be at 4 very easily.
No, that's very true. And it's been kind of borne out as the last couple of years that they've been pretty dominant at the non-Olympic weight classes. So let's talk about the decision, because this was something I really thought, I mean, this was like, I was adamant that I wanted Jaden to go 97. I just thought it was the best thing. It just seemed like it would make the most sense for him. It would make the most sense for even America. I think if he beats out Kyle, I think it's our best team is going David and Jaden, or David and Kyle. I think is better for us than having those two fight it out at 86. And you just want David Taylor on the team.
Essentially, you're saying you would pick right now, and I don't disagree. I'm in the middle. You would pick David over Kyle. David at 86 over Kyle at 97, because Kyle's taken some losses lately.
He's taken some losses, and David, I mean, the last time we watched him, at Worlds. I mean, think how good that guy was, and what he did to Yazdan and Sharadi, and look who else is going to challenge him. He kills basically everyone at 86, except for Yazdan and Sharadi, and the Russian gave him a really tough match. But even that guy, he kind of broke him a little bit, and
Isn't that the match?
Are
where
you
he kinda
nervous?
got,
he got
knocked
concussed
out
in that
too?
one. Yeah.
He got knocked out. Are you guys nervous at all that we don't know what kind of David Taylor we're going to see when he comes back? I mean, not everyone comes back the exact same from an ACL surgery.
Of course, I'm concerned because David Taylor's never really had an injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I know about David Taylor is no one the guy is just so meticulous and obsessed with this. I'm sure he will have rehabbed the right way and is strong and going to be ready to go and be really good. I would like to see him on the mat again soon, obviously, but I don't feel like
he's not wrestling, correct? He's not wrestling before trials.
not at Cerro Pilado. No, he's going to Pan Am's. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's been
yeah.
officially announced.
No, I'm pretty sure David posted that on his Twitter.
Yes. So he'll wrestle there. He'll have some pretty tough competition. He'll be able to qualify the weight, hopefully, for the United States, because we're not qualified at 86 as of yet. But yeah, I mean, I just think what you've seen David do against the field, and we didn't see, even though Jaden is likely better than David, we didn't see him go through the field at 86 and win that weight class in his two attempts there. And we watched David do it. So I just like the idea of having them both on the team.
Sure. I actually just I googled some old pictures of Jaden Cox. He does look so much chunkier. And when I'm looking at some of these old Mizzou photos, then he does. I mean, right now, like at the 92 kg Jaden Cox, oh my God, he's shredded, right? And this old Jaden Cox, he's athletic looking, obviously, but you can tell he's got some extra weight on him.
A little extra pudding on there. So, obvious, you were a high level competitor, and your mind was a little different. So I don't know if this is a great question for you, but like when you're Kyle or you're David Taylor and you hear this news, do you react to it?
I think so. I think
you have to, right? If you're Kyle Snyder, you have to say darn, because basically Kyle Snyder since 2017 on has cakewalked through to the team. He hasn't been challenged domestically at all. No one's given him a competitive match since Jake Varner at the Olympic trials at 97 kilograms. So do you think he literally says, crap, darn?
Well, I mean, the other thing I think about is these guys train together quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got to imagine they both have a good idea of what it looks like. And it's like, okay, does Jaden know that and that's why he's moving up? Or is it Jaden making 86 on the day of, that kind of scared me a little bit, right? Because when he made it before, it was the day before.
Twice.
So, yeah, and he's got to make it twice, right, on top of that. So, that obviously has to factor into it, I think. But it's like, did he know how the goes go? I mean, those guys have went together a lot of times. They've been pretty regular training partners over the past couple of years. Do they know?
Yes, they know. I mean, they have trained together, and it was discussed when earlier that, hey, Cox wins the simulation matches when they happen as of the last few years. It's been Edge Jaden when they've gone against each other. So that's known. Now, when competition happens, people are different. I watched Logan Massa destroy Jake Herbert in practice matches, right? Like, Jake was weird. Jake is apparently notoriously terrible in practice, but at that point in time, I think Logan was in high school, or like he definitely. I don't think he was in college.
Either redshirt, maybe redshirt or after his high school senior year. I think.
Yeah. So either way, he not only was he a high schooler, not only was he less credentialed than he was probably 20 pounds smaller than Herbert. So it made no sense whatsoever. But I still think there is something to that. I think they're wrestling. I think you have to figure they're both trying to win, and whether they're showing all their stuff, I don't know. But it sounds like Jaden has had the edge when they've competed against each other, and that doesn't surprise me either.
But it has been, I don't want to say well established, but I feel like prior to this that Jaden's always kind of hadn't said it, but made it feel like he was going to go on to 86.
Yes.
right? So if you're Kyle, you train with him, you didn't really worry about wrestling him because you have this feeling he's going on at 86. And so, and that's one of the reasons that also made me think, dude, I know the guys were kind of buddies. They trained together a lot. So that's a very good reason for him to, want to go down, is there's some type of relationship there. Whereas we know obviously, I don't want to say he hates people, but he has fairly strong feelings on David Taylor.
Yeah, that's pretty well documented. I think it's really I'm wondering what changed with Jaden in terms of because all the signals of where he was thinking about going up until late summer, early fall were he's going down. All these people hitting me up. It's already known he's going down. It's happening. KJ says he's going down, but something along the lines there changed, or it could have just been false signals getting put out there by him.
I mean, I'll tell you what he told me. He told me that he wants to leave a stamp on his legacy, and he thinks this does it. He thinks at 86, it doesn't prove as much as he does 80 at 97. 97, there's Snyder and Sedgelayev, two guys who are legitimately all-time greats already. Kyle's got 5 world medals, a couple world titles. Sedgelayev has a whole bunch also. He thinks it does more for his legacy going up than it goes going down.
And think about this too. Olympic champion Sharifov is in the bracket at 97. That's who beat Kyle last year at Worlds. Yeah. So there's another Olympic champion he would have to go through. And then we got this Mohammedian who looks out of this world, who pinned.
Well, we don't know if he's going to pass the drug test. It's Christian.
Well, I feel pretty confident he's going to be all right. I'd be really.
Are you what?
Yeah, dude.
They need to get some good tests. Ahmadinejad won't let the good testers in there to go test this man.
Yeah, I truly think we'll see him at Tokyo. It'd be surprising. It's pretty rare for guys to get popped, frankly.
Some of those Iranians just disappear. You don't know where they went. They probably failed tests or something.
Yeah. Well, I think he'll be back, and he will be a challenge because he's super athletic. He's really good and impressed me. So if you're David Taylor, are you doing backflips right now?
Well, he's got a hurt knee, so I hope he's not doing any backflips.
Okay.
I would have to think if you're David Taylor, that takes a lot of stress off your plate because now it's looking like who can really go with him at 86? Has Zahid made that jump? Because Zahid hasn't been competitive with David in the past. Does Bo Nickel come down? Because now Bo Nickel's saying, well, I got to beat David. I got to beat Jaden Cox, and I have to beat Kyle Snyder. Maybe I just go down and wrestle at 86. Who can actually challenge David at 86? The answer might be nobody.
Yeah, how does he not? I don't know how Bo Nickel doesn't go down. I don't understand the 97 thing. Even if you have MMA aspirations at heavyweight, what you currently weigh, can you just wrestle the weight that works best for you for these couple months, and then after April, if you don't make the team, you have all your life to get bigger. It's maybe for 3-4 months, just don't get enormous.
And if you're literally pushing back your MMA stuff to train for the Olympics, then train for the freaking Olympics and wrestle the ideal weight class.
Yeah.
If you're not going to wrestle the ideal weight class, just go train MMA and then show up and do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Do you think Sedgelayev even knows this is happening? Is this even on his radar? And if he heard it, what would he even say?
Oh, this no problem. I watched this Jaden Cox wrestle. He's very good, but he have no offense. He cannot get my legs. He cannot stop my gut wrench. It's no problem.
That's pretty good. That was good. And that was catching up with Abdul Rashid Sedgelayev. And that I think you actually raised the top point. Would Jaden be able to get to Sedgelayev's legs?
Whew. It's tough. Not a lot of people get to Sedgelayev's legs.
And Jaden is so pick his spot oriented. He's not going to take 10 shots like David will or even Kyle. He when it's there, he attacks, right? And it might not be there. I wonder if Jaden's path to a win there is some sort of crazy exchange off of Sedgelayev's shot.
Yeah, I mean that or I would say, obviously, I think everyone would envision Sedgwick versus Jaden being a low-scoring defensive contest. So I
Yes.
think it's going to be a one takedown match or maybe at most a two takedown match.
Yes. Okay.
Have we ever seen Jaden get turned? I'm trying to remember.
Well, he got thrown in 2017.
No, but like gut wrenched or leg lace.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that would be interesting if that happens.
Yeah, and Sajalive's gut is really, it's freaky good. So, huge news. Do you have any other thoughts about it?
I guess who's going to be at Cerro Pelado at 97 kg? Is there going to be anyone that can test him? Because that would be interesting to see if there is someone.
Well, Salas has been hovering around there. I think his 86 days are done. Maybe we see him. We've seen them wrestle. They had a crazy match at the Olympics with a pretty controversial call that won it for Jaden. So
and that's a tougher match for Jaden than it is for Kyle because Kyle almost across the board gasses Perez out. I mean, pretty much every single time. And Jaden's not going to wrestle that same pace. And from a technical perspective and from a slickness perspective, Salas Perez is really, really technical and slick. So I feel like that'll be a fun match to watch, obviously, as it was the last time.
Yeah. Salas is kind of timeless, too, huh?
So some of those Cubans, do you see effing Yoel Romero, Christian? Yoel Romero's like 44 years old. He looks like he's 21 still.
Amazing. That special,
I don't know.
Special genes.
Seriously.
Amazing. Okay.
It really is.
So that was that. Exciting stuff. Had me thinking about the Olympics all day.
Do you guys have a rep going to the Cerro Pelado to cover it? Because if you said Nomad, that could be a fantastic piece in and of itself.
We need to go to Cuba one of these years. But no, we won't have anyone there.
Oh, it stinks.
It does stink. Okay. Do we want to talk about Penn State, Ohio State a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Obviously.
Duh.
Now, are we going to see Dylan Kuntz down at 125?
Hang on real quick.
Okay.
Speaking of Ohio State, Penn State, that's another angle of this Jaden going 97 thing that we haven't talked about.
So it was kind of discussed that, like, it's just total rumor mill. Let's take it what it is. But that the Ohio RTC wanted Jaden at 97 as well. They wanted him at that weight class.
I didn't. Okay, I haven't heard that rumor. But I mean, one of the things I asked him when is like, it was so close in proximity to when Kyle left to when he got there. It's like I felt this is Jaden. Jaden said they had never talked prior to Kyle leaving. Ohio RTC and Jaden, and then as soon as Kyle left, money freed up, and they went and talked to Jaden right away, right? But he might be pulling some deception on me. I'm not really sure. It just still feels too close to me, like one happening and then the other happening. And so it's like, I asked, do they care what weight you are? And he said they didn't even ask that. He said they don't care. And he told me he wasn't going to tell them. And I said, man, aren't they going to see you on the scale or ask you? And he said, it don't matter. I'm not getting on the scale. I'm not going to tell them.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so maybe that's what happened.
I don't know if I believe it. Do you believe that, Christian?
No. They never talked about what weight class he's going. They got Miles Martin there trying to make a team at 86. I don't know. You'd think it would come up.
You would think, wouldn't you?
Like, yeah, you would think. I'm sure it probably did.
He said no. He swore by it that he wasn't going to tell him.
Okay. I mean, I believe Jaden Cox. But at the same time, I kind of feel like they probably knew.
Miles Dye was in the chat earlier and said he knew for 2 months.
Greg Mack, the Mac man knows.
Yeah.
The Mac man knows.
The Mac man knows? For real?
He knew for 2 months.
He said he knew for 2 months.
He knew for 2 months. Okay. So there you go. So exciting stuff. And yeah, how does is it a revenge angle here for Ohio State? They're gonna.
Oh, I don't even want to go there.
Why?
I don't want to go there. Why? Because, oh, man, that is some hard feelings right there. You know what? Kyle went to Penn State, which is the enemy of Ohio State. And, man, we're just getting some really hard feelings. And I don't want to think for these people. I don't want to talk about what their motives, because if I'm wrong, then I look like an a-hole.
Okay. Well, then we won't either.
No, I want you to. I want you to.
You want us to look like a-holes? Well, I don't think it's I asked Tom Ryan about this before they even had Jaden Cox, because we were there soon after Kyle left. And he's like, we'll reach out to him, but not for the reasons that you think, basically. They have this money. I mean, it makes sense. Why would you not? If you could get the best, debatably, the best wrestler in the country on your team, around your guys, you do that thing, right? So, and the fact that he happens to be going 97, that's where the vacancy was left. So it makes sense to me. I don't understand why we don't see more of the free agency stuff. You know, there's money in these RTCs to pay these athletes. You know, why is no one go after, I don't know, any number of these athletes, right? Like, the Penn State guys all just stay there. Does anyone go after the Hawkeyes when they graduate?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there is something where there's a high degree of loyalty with a lot of these guys, right? They definitely tend to stay wherever they graduate. And then, you know, I think a lot of the college coaches and even the athletes themselves see a little bit of their job as coaching, right? Maybe not some of these the best of the best guys, but a lot of them see their job as helping out the team as well as training for their own international careers.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So big opportunity for Jaden and Kyle, and excited to see how it plays out. Can't wait for the Olympic trials, 97. This is going to be a real blast, and Kyle Snyder will have some competition. Can't wait for it. Okay, back to the other Penn State-Ohio State thing. They're going to wrestle this week.
Baby.
And
will Kyle Snyder be there, and who's he going to cheer for?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, well, you guys asked the question, so I had to ask the question. I think that's fair.
He'll probably be there.
You would think.
You would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. He should wear like an Iowa shirt or something. Just stay with both their enemies. So at 25, is Dylan Kuntz now their 25-pounder?
He might be.
Really?
They used to just make him and the brother just train Greco in the corner, but now they're going to be able to wrestle folk style matches.
Well, which one did pretty well at CKLV?
I think it was Dylan, but who would know?
It was Dylan. It was Dylan. The other one's in an Olympic red shirt.
Brady.
Yeah, he's in an Olympic red shirt.
So I mean, you got to think. Obviously, this is one of the weakest spots for Penn State. You got to think this is a match you can win. So Heinzelman is out and Kuntz is in. Is that what we're saying?
They're both listed. So
okay,
who knows? Keeping them on their toes.
I'd wrestle Kuntz. I mean, he had good results at CKLV, and he was up at 33. And the biggest issue with Malik, it seems, is size.
He's so small.
Yeah.
Is he small? Yeah. I feel like Malik was better last year, though. I do not.
That's what I feel like too. There's got to be some discouragement factor in there, right? You can only get your ass kicked so many times before you say, "I hate my life. I'm not very good at this wrestling thing." I will tell you. Listen, I will tell you. Being in a lot of college rooms, one of the biggest problems with 125-pounders. You ready for this, guys?
I'm ready.
Is at the late January or February when all the other 125-pounders who are not starters get to stop making weight and they get to be like 140, 145 pounds. That starter, 125 pounds, unless they're like a top guy, they can't beat nobody. They're getting their butt kicked by everybody, and they start hating their life.
Dang. So maybe
I've seen it happen a bunch of
all the
times.
other 25s are just beating up on Malik.
To your guys' point, he was 24-11 last year, and he's 14-13 this year. So we talk about size, but something else going on.
Yeah. Could be coming. But there is kind of a path for Ohio State to win this duel, for sure. Bracky and I are going to do a whiteboard war.
Absolutely.
And it starts with 125. They can't lose that one. They need that one. Neither are setting the world on fire at 125. Brandon Meredith for Penn State. But I would probably favor Kuntz in this matchup if they send him out there. Now, didn't Heinzelman beat Meredith last year? Am I making that up?
I'm pretty sure you're making that up.
I just made that up just now, right off the top of my head.
Yeah, you made that up.
Cool. All right.
Hey guys, is this in State College or Columbus?
Yeah, State College.
They're doing this one at BJC.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Then 33, I feel like.
Wait, so who do we pick? Are we doing picks now, or are we just talking about it?
Oh, maybe we're just talking about it. We can make picks though.
Okay.
Along the way, I think Ohio State wins that one. Then you look at RBY versus Decatur. These two hit at Akron some years ago, I believe.
With Decatur winning, right?
Man, did they really? That doesn't even sound right.
I thought so.
But you might be right.
Well, Decatur made the team that 2 years? Didn't he make 2 UWC teams?
Yeah.
He at least made one. I remember the one that was in Greece.
However, 3 years ago they competed against each other. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I remember the one final he smashed Carson Manville twice. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was Carson. So I think Roman's a huge favorite, regardless of what happened then. I think Roman's a big favorite in that match, right?
Yes. Agreed.
Just based on how both of them have been doing. No, RBY won.
Okay. So I think based on style, though, I don't think Decatur's going to get blown out of the water. Skill for skill, Decatur on his feet can go with most of these guys. It's just, lots of times he struggles on bottom and he gasses out. And I don't think he's got much of a chance of beating Roman Bravo Young, but I think he could probably keep it to a decision.
I agree. All right, here's the big one. I don't want to do the whole duel, I don't think, but I do want to talk about this match.
Yeah.
Nick Lee, Luke Pletcher is happening. We're so lucky that we could see this match potentially 3 times this year. All right, sometimes you get these two juggernauts and they hit and you're so excited for it, but then they don't really do anything and no points are scored and you're like, oh, well, that was kind of disappointing. I don't see any way that happens this match, right? I don't see any way it's some super controlled positional hand fight thing because I don't think, and I think that's because of how Nick Lee's probably going to approach it. He's going to attack, and that's going to get Pletcher attacking, and then it's just going to be a lot of good scrambles and high-level wrestling. Is that how you see it going?
Yeah, I see it the same way. I mean, both these guys have just been so good this year, and I don't want to say they have the same skill set, but they do, like I said, they do a lot of things. They both do them really, really well. They both hand fight really well. They both attack really well. They both have really good reattacks. And so, yeah, when I think about how this match is going to go, it is such a hard one to pick right now.
Yeah. Let's do this. What are the matches in Division I wrestling we want to see the most? What are the most interesting, exciting bouts we could? Because I think this one for me is
got to be one of them.
It might be number one because I'm just genuinely so curious how it's going to go. Can we do cross weight class promotions? Because that would then that would change my answer. Yes, we can.
We can?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, how about this? Seth Gross, Spencer Lee.
I think Spencer beats him.
But how much fun would that be? We might get to see it in freestyle. We might get to see it in freestyle, but they're both such good folk stylers. It would be way more fun in folk style.
Maybe. I don't know. I think they'd both be pretty fun because Spencer, he attacks so much, and Seth freestyle defense with his little belly whizzer and dump stuff. It's just the conflict is there, right? I think that's crazy. Yeah. I think that's a crazy one. I would love to see that. This version of Seth Gross, I would favor Spencer. The 18 Seth Gross? No, I don't. That guy was not untouchable, but he was so freaking good that year.
But what about when you okay? So you think about how smart Seth Gross is, right? And we talk about all the changes and different stuff he's done within matches or between matches, one match to the next, and then you watch a Spencer Lee versus say Jack Medley, right? Which is the first match Spencer had like that this year, and we didn't really discuss that at depth yesterday, but Spencer Lee gets a takedown with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. He needs one takedown to get the major for his team, and Jack Medley shuts him down for 1 minute and 20 seconds. It's would that happen? Would he be able to hold Seth Gross off if Seth Gross needed a takedown in the last 1 minute and 20?
I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to favor Gross if you use Jack Medley match as the template, right? But that has been that's been the outlier performance for Spencer.
Absolutely,
not the rule. So for that reason,
well, with Spencer, no, it goes back. No, Nomad was right. When these Iowa fans discount Nomad's perspective, it really annoys the crap out of me because Spencer Lee, and I've said he's the best 3-minute wrestler the NCAA has ever seen. Literally better at racking up points in his first 3 minutes than anyone. When he gets past 3 minutes, if someone can actually go past 3 minutes with him, he doesn't do as good in minute 4, 5, 6, or 7. It's really that simple. And so it's like, can he blow Seth Gross away in the first 3 minutes? I don't really. Maybe. Like, Seth Gross is kind of lanky. Could he maybe get a tilt on him? It's a possibility for sure. Is he guaranteed to do that? I don't know.
Yeah. I obviously don't know either. No, it was kind of a weird result. And we were talking, Nomad updated his Hodge rankings, I think.
Yep.
And this was kind of my point frequently when it's like, well, Spencer hasn't faced near as many elite guys as Zahid, in my opinion. And for that reason.
Did you guys see Zahid had a tough match last weekend?
Against Virginia's own Dylan Wisman. Yes, I did see that. So they both had decisions. And so Nomad still has Zahid as his number one choice. Did your choice change, Ben, after the weekend?
My choice was Spencer prior, and I think it probably stays that. And I think it's just those. I just think, I know we have a list of 11 guys here. I guess unless Mason Paris somehow started decking everyone and beat Gable, maybe he would be under consideration. But other than that, I can't really foresee any of these other guys really being under serious consideration.
Dude, I think Mason Paris should be higher in these rankings.
I kind of feel like that too.
22 wins. Nomad. You're just ignoring the criteria. 22 wins, 8 pins, 5 majors, and a tech. And his schedule has been robust.
Tough.
Right. He hasn't been. He won Vegas. He's beaten Stencil a number of times. Yeah, I think.
And when pinning is that high of a criteria on the Hodge rankings, and he's literally the number one pin guy on this list. And bonus percentage wise, he's way above Kemmerer. I feel like I think Nick and Colin Moore might have more, but he's all techs and majors, no pins. Same thing with Nick Lee, a lot more techs and majors. I feel like you could move Mason Paris up to number 4 here, and there wouldn't be much argument.
How is Kemmerer ahead of Mason Paris? That's all right. Nomad. Edit that out. Edit that out.
Someone go get him. Go get him.
Yeah, who knows where he is? Barry Davis relegated him to
we fired him. So he did write this before he was fired. So
yeah, this is his last word.
Him and Barry Davis are practicing switches right now for this flow
Someone asked on Facebook if he could hit a switch on Barry Davis.
It seems unlikely.
I don't think there's any way.
No way.
It seems unlikely.
I heard when Barry was
really
Barry
strong,
was.
so.
Yeah, I heard he would whoop 157 pounders on a regular basis. He wouldn't wrestle very often, but every once in a while he'd come in and just start whooping people.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
That's what I heard. I never saw it.
These old guys can still do it one good time, I think.
Oh yeah,
smack them up. Do you ever see what? Give us some examples of coaches that just come out, get a good warm up and wreak havoc, and then call it next month.
I've only heard the stories, but there was this one at that point. So a guy named Jack Reinwand, he won an NCAA title, I think in 1975 or something like that for Wisconsin, and he was a coach, and he was like a 118 pounder, right? So really tiny person. And so let's see, mid 2000s, he's probably in his 50s, and he would just come up and smash all these high school kids at Fargo camp. He would go up to 150, 160, no problem, just whoop them, and they just no one saw it coming.
Who do we think is the? See, you can't say a coach, the coaches that can still go and smash guys. You can't say Kale, right? But who are the leading candidates for a truly 40s, 50s-year-old guy that still comes in and?
Well, Kale's got to be 40 now. We got to go older than that.
He still doesn't count. He does not count.
What about Terry Brands? How old's Terry Brands? Does he count?
Terry counts. Yeah, Terry counts. And
I'm sure he whooped somebody.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, my first experience seeing that was in a FloWrestling video when he's wrestling McDonough.
Yep.
And McDonough can't even get up. He's just getting, wrecked, right? Just like totally destroyed. And so I was like, okay, Terry Brand's still like, man, really bad dude. And then the Marinelli story that Bracky and I always bring up from Oklahoma State, which was crazy. Where
Did it really happen? Is that true?
We watched it. We sat beside each other. We're like, what is happening?
At one point, we could have reached out and touched them. Like because at Oklahoma State, they have those chairs along the mat, and they were right there on the edge.
Which year was this? Is he a red shirt? Or
it was Marinelli's red shirt year.
Yes.
Okay. Well, red shirts, they're easy to whoop. That's no problem.
Still,
I don't know if you can. I don't know if Terry Brand can still do it. High school kids suck. When they come in, they're not very good.
Well, that was the impression that Terry gave us as well. I was like, what the heck? He's like 165 pounder. He's really, because at the time we were like, pull the bull, undo his red shirt. He's ready to go, right? Because he was doing well.
Yeah. And then you watch that and you stop the whole campaign.
At that point, it was like February, I think, and we're like, okay, I guess not. Anyway, yeah, but I'm sure there's some other coaches that can still get. Zeb always asked the Jordans like when they could beat Jim or when they could beat Jeff, and for a long time, like Isaac like still couldn't beat his dad or whatever. So I think that was a question. Like well into Isaac's like, no, I still can't get away from him or whatever. So these old guys. They got a
lot of it is, and I think this is kind of discounted, but if you think about a lot of these guys, when do they really start high level training? And some of them, the answer is not actually till they get to college. A few of them maybe they do, let's say sophomore, junior high school, so they have by the time they're done with college, let's say 5 to 7 years of real high level wrestling. Okay, what do you think of a college coach who sticks around from the age of 22 to 32? He has another 10 years of high-level wrestling where he's competing with guys that are really good. So it's like they still get so much better even though they may not be actively competing. And it's like, I mean, could they go at the pace that 22 will go? And the answer is probably not. But can they do it a few times? And the answer is yeah, obviously.
I remember at the World Team Camp in 2014 at Arizona State, Bill Zadek was showing something like it was like a high crotch. He doubled off, and it was pretty. And I watched it. Of course, I'm like enamored. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was like the prettiest takedown I've ever seen. But so it's not surprising that but then like the guys watching this, is the world team standing around there like, dang, man, Bill still got it. Like it was like that clean. So I feel like Bill could probably still get it.
When I heard. Well, okay, John Reeder kills people, but he's too young. We're not going to count him.
Reeder doesn't count. He's out. He's the gladiator.
He's way too young. Someone told me, and I never saw this with my own eyes. I feel bad if this is untrue, but someone told me Lee Kemp could still go with Mike Poeta when Lee Kemp was like 57.
That does not surprise me because he looks timeless. He's so like shredded and in good shape, and he was so good too. I mean, Lee Kemp was like so good, all-timer. I kind of buy it. Well, Coach Poeta will ask him when we see him next time.
Yeah, I would feel guilty if it's not true, but I know I heard that. The other one obviously is, but he was Sean Bormet. I heard he would always kill people. Like Robat and Herbert would tell me about it.
Really?
When he was way old. Oh yeah, when he was way older.
Yeah, he looks like he can still go.
Yep.
You know, Coach Bormet. Do you guys know? I fought people in a cage. That's easy crap compared to Coach Bormet went to Brazil, and it was like a no rules fight, like in a bar or something. And he fought it was a very young Vanderlei Silva. But think about that. Like this is not sanctioned by a reputable athletic commission. It was like. In a bar or some venue. I haven't seen this video, but I've heard stories of it in a ring, and it was just no rules. Valley Tudo, literally no rules.
He told Bader that story.
Yes,
and I'm pretty sure the video's on YouTube.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm gonna search. I've never seen the video.
He does all right. Yeah, it's up. Oh, it's 16 seconds. No, here's the whole thing: 3 minutes and 37 seconds.
I'm gonna have to watch it on
bare
mute.
knuckle too.
Yep, it appears to be bare knuckle.
Yes,
no gloves. Got it, Coach.
What is he doing?
I don't know. He must have just been young, and who knows? He got caught up in
what are you guys searching to find it? Is it just Sean Bourmet? Because I'm not finding it.
I just typed both names. Silva, Bourmet.
What the hell? Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my goodness.
We won't watch it now, but
I'm gonna watch it and put it on mute.
What a badass!
Yeah, dude, it's an epic story. Good for it, because I don't even think he had like really MMA training at that point. He was just
he was down there for something else, and they were just like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, why not?"
I guess I'll fight this Vanderlei Silva guy. All right.
Damn it! I'm not finding the full fight. Will you guys send it to me?
I'll send it later. Not now. I'm not sending it now. I got the
link.
Damn
it! I'm gonna watch it.
Sorry.
Very impatient.
I know. I can tell. Okay. Next up.
I just got yelled at via text for the Lee Kemp one. People think I'm full of crap. So listen. I don't know. Poetic can confirm or deny that.
I don't think he would be.
Told me.
I think he would be honest about it. Okay.
Yeah, he seems like an honest gentleman.
So, Kyle Brackey updated his duel rankings. Mm-hmm. What were the big shakeups?
The big shakeup is we have a new number 2 team in the country.
Oh.
North Carolina State. I did have 5, but they didn't have like that huge marquee win.
Because they were undefeated. But
they were undefeated. A couple of those were non-D1 wins. They had like 2 top 25 wins, but since then, when they first were kind of there, they've beaten Pitt, who was like a top 12 win, and then they just beat North Carolina, and now they're sitting at 13-0, and they're the second team. There's only 2 teams in the country undefeated, and they're the second one.
Yeah.
And they now have 5 top 25 wins. So they go to number 2. And then the other kind of big shakeup was Wisconsin's loss to Michigan State.
Brutal.
Yeah, they have to drop. They were number 9, and now they kind of slot in. I have them at 15, just because no one else in that top tier has the loss like Michigan State. And then they kind of slot in perfectly behind Minnesota because they actually lost to Minnesota earlier this year, but Wisconsin's win over Nebraska was what was keeping them so high.
Got it.
And they did beat Purdue, which is right below them at 16.
Yep, exactly.
So we need to talk about NC State, Virginia Tech, number 2 versus number 6, also going down this weekend. Maybe we get a whiteboard war on that one later.
Yeah, I think we're trying to do 2 whiteboard wars this week.
We're feeling crazy today. Excited for that one. And on paper, I'm not sure who's even favored in that match. I know that NC State's had a little better run so far and beat UNC, who kind of destroyed Tech, but I think it'll be a different scenario this time. But it is at Reynolds, which is apparently a crazy place to wrestle.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, nice. You losers. I already had someone else send me the link via email.
Dang it. Bunch of suck-ups. Who was it?
It was Tom McGarvey, runs Wisconsin Wrestling. I appreciate it, Tom. Since Christian and Kyle were holding out on me, I got the link here.
Thanks, Tom, for nothing. Jeez. Okay. now.
Hey, wait. We never finished Ohio State, Penn State. We kind of got distracted.
Yeah, we really never did.
No, we didn't.
We stopped at 141. We only got 30% through.
Verclaren versus Sasso, 2 guys that wrestled at Who's Number 1 at 149. Any spidey senses tingling? Yeah, I think Verclaren's been looking pretty good. It'd be a tough win because Verclaren, he's a good scrambler, right? But he's probably not as good as Sasso. What really hurts him is his riding.
Yeah, and I think if he spends time in those scrambles with Sasso, that's where Sasso would have potential to lock up a cradle.
It's interesting. Verclaren has never been majored or teched before. He's been banned. And so someone was kind of like, you guys were kind of hard on Lugo for not getting the major there, but no one's ever majored him in college or teched him. So do you think we were being too hard on him?
No, we weren't. Lugo, he blew it.
I agree. I acknowledge that is true. That is a good point that should be brought up. Yet at the same time, I feel like the major was there to be had, or the DQ.
Or the DQ. The DQ. He had what? It was. So you get 5 stall calls before the 5th one is a DQ, right? Yeah. He had 3 of them within the first 4 minutes of the match. So he only needed 2 more in the last half.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have got it for sure.
Oh my God! Someone Penn wrote, "Send me that effing Bormet link in the document." All right, 57. Once again, Brady Berge is listed as or, but that to me means probably not, right? Because he was listed as or last week.
Oh, he got head kicked. Oh, at least they didn't let the guy get his follow punches.
Look what you did, Tom.
This is you guys gotta watch this video.
Radio. We'll put it. Bracky, put the video in the show notes.
Okay.
So that in the article page where people can watch it. Otherwise.
Oh, he ducked right into the head kick. It was brutal. It was good. It was good. Besides that, he was doing solid.
Daggone it. All right, now 57 is crazy because we could have Quinn Kinner. He's listed again at 157 versus probably Bo Pfeiffer, but you never know. Brady Berge.
Guys, APB. No one has told me where Keyshawn Hayes is yet. I still don't know where he's at.
He's in Columbus. I just think it's not going to happen. It's a real shame. Maybe
is he not on the? Is he not on the team? Where is he?
Hold on. Are they getting him a medical?
Maybe.
He's missed.
I don't know.
He should be able to get a medical. Honestly.
And did Echemendia show up yet?
He's there. I don't know what his situation is though. I think it's more complicated than just saying I'm going to Ohio State for him to wrestle collegiately.
So wait, okay. If they're trying to get Keyshawn a medical, are they going to push him back down to 141 after Pletcher graduates? That
would be really smart.
Because that's the only spot. Because if you have Echemendia and Sasso at 49.57, there's not a spot for him there.
Well, Echemendia, they say could make 41. He's like not big.
Oh,
he just looks like.
I thought you guys always talked about how big his guns were.
He does have big guns. So does Daniel DeShazer. He's a 57-kilogram guy. It doesn't matter. You know, he could. They say he did not have any hard time making 65 flat for his number one. Yeah, like no issues at all. He like showed up. That's what he weighs. He's one of those guys that maybe looks bigger. So he could go 41. He could go 49. He could go 57. So next year, yeah, that makes me think. I don't know why this didn't occur to me with Keyshawn, but why would he not be able to get a medical and then come back next year, go 41? That would really help Ohio State out a lot.
Yeah, that would really help them. Gigantic amount. It would really help them if he was 157 pounds this weekend also.
That would also be super helpful, but he's not going to be. So I like Kinner in this matchup if it's Pfeiffer.
Yeah, Pfeiffer looked terrible against Garrett Model last weekend. I mean, Model just wrecked him in every position.
Yeah. Now with 65 and 74 coming into the and 84 really the wheelhouse for Penn State as it has been since 2012,
a long time,
2011, yeah. So you got to favor Chenzo and Hall real big in both those matchups. And then if Brooks really over Rocky Jordan, I'm not ready to say Rocky will be in that match, although it probably will be closer than.
It'll be close, I think, for sure. Yeah.
That's one that I think if Ohio State wants this, that's one of the matches they'll need to win. They obviously have to win 25. They have to win 41. They'll have to win 49 and 57. I think they're going to need this one too.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. I have to tell you guys a really good story.
Okay. Better be good.
Someone mentioned Nate Carr in the comments. Old guy gets to go. I don't even know how old Nate Carr is, but we were doing a camp in Georgia, the college team, University of Missouri, and our starting 141, he was a top 15 guy. Like, he was a really good wrestler. Dude, Nate Carr was embarrassing him so bad. He would like snap him and spin him around. He would put hands behind his back. Oh my God. It was like the funniest thing to watch. Our guy was a good wrestler. He was like top 15. Nate Carr, I mean, what year did he graduate college in? The 80s?
80s, yeah.
And he was easily in his 50s. And oh my God, he just made this kid look so stupid. It was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, that's
yeah,
amazing.
I can't. Thank you for
50
whoever made me think of that
he's
one.
59 right now.
So he was probably so he's probably 47, 48.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to find the years.
Oh my god,
he won stuff.
He made him look so dumb. It was, oh my god, it was hilarious. It was so funny.
He was on the '88 Olympic team.
Yeah, and we're talking. This is the 2006, 7, somewhere in there.
So he was like 47 then. And
yeah. Oh my god,
your boy.
I'm telling you, he was like snapping him, and the guy would like spin all the way around. He'd put his hands behind his back. The guy couldn't do nothing to him.
Oh man, that's a tough scene.
Oh,
you're not gonna use that wrestler's name.
Oh, I'll say we you don't want to know his nickname, but his real name is Chris McCormick.
I knew it was a McCormick.
How'd you know that?
Because there's so many generations of McCormicks. He had like 13 years of McCormicks wrestling in Missouri. Poor guy.
Yeah. I know. It was poor. I think it was one of those where it was like later after the session, and we were all standing around just like laughing at him and pointing at him and watching.
Oh man, that's
tough scene.
That's difficult. Then 97, you have to figure we're gonna see Colin Shakur again, but I don't think they've ever actually wrestled that I can remember.
Yeah.
Or do they wrestle at
No,
Big Tens?
I feel like Big Ten's on here.
I'll look it up real quick. Yeah. You know what's crazy is Colin got upset 2 years ago at Penn State, so he's got to have some bad vibes about that place.
So he beat him twice.
Yeah, NCAA's and Big Tens.
10-4 and 7-4. So have to assume another controlled decision there for Colin. However, those two have – Colin's improved, certainly, and Shakur's really struggled of late. So it could be bonus potential. But what if – can you imagine a scenario, Ben, where it comes down to Gas Tank Gary versus Seth Neville's for the duel?
I thought you were saying Anthony Cassar comes out to wrestle Colin Morgan like 2 years ago. The backup Anthony Cassar comes out and wins the duel, and the crowd goes crazy. I was there. The crowd went nuts. It was fantastic.
That was a wild duel. And then Snyder needed like a tech or a...
He needed a tech, yep. And the man tried a lateral drop. Have you ever seen Kyle Snyder do a lateral drop in your life?
No.
Rec Hall got to him. Rec Hall got to Kyle Snyder.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I remember, it feels kind of silly now, but at the time, like, a tech fall was like, that's actually pretty reasonable. Like, it was probably a prediction some people made at that point in time because he was teching a lot of dudes just on his feet. But when he gave up that takedown, I think he maybe gave up some near fall there as well. So he had to really come back. Maybe he didn't.
I think he was winning big. When he tried the lat drop. Right?
It was pretty early in the match.
Yeah.
I seem to remember him kind of having to dig deep. Now, so based on that, it could be a really, really close duel. Ohio State actually matches up pretty decently because their holes match up right with Penn State's holes, and they're just slightly better where Penn State's a little weaker. But they'll still, with all that said, they're going to need some help. They're going to need an upset along the way or some major bonus disparity to beat Penn State at Bryce Jordan Center. Just feels like a stretch to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, wait, who do you have at 41?
I'm gonna go with
Nick.
Pletcher, but I'm not all that confident. So I got. Let's see. I'll just tell you my pick. You guys are doing the whiteboard wars, so you can save yours. I'll go Ohio State 25, Bravo Young 33, Pletcher 41, Sasso 49, 57. I'll go Ohio State, but I'm not all that confident in that pick. So that's 4-1 so far. I got obviously Vincenzo, Mark Hall, Aaron Brooks, Colin Moore, Traw, and then I got Seth Neville. So I got a 5-5. So it would come down to bonus, which I think obviously would lean Penn State's way.
You would think, but I think Romero and Smith got pinned by Isaiah White. You got to figure that he could get bonus there.
He got pinned, but he was winning 4-3 at that point.
Well, no, it was tied at that point. There was riding time. Yes.
Well, so
it was going to go to overtime.
How sure you of this?
I'm 100% sure.
All right, so either way, it was. It's not like he got Yeah, he didn't get decked. He was close.
Didn't get bonus in Carver.
Did not get bonus. Actually, wrestled a really tough match.
Yeah.
All right, no bonus. Yeah, bonus. It could. You never know.
That's actually, Romero doesn't get bonused a lot either. So, Pletcher's got Lee. So, well, if Lee wins, I think it probably goes 6-4 Penn State.
I agree.
So then bonus wouldn't matter.
No, it would not. That's going to be a great duel. Maybe we talk a little bit about Virginia Tech, NC State tomorrow.
That's going to be a good duel.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good duel. That's on Friday, right? It's weird. Why are they having these Saturday duels? It's really jamming. I have to go to a wedding Saturday night. I'm going to miss both the duels. It's really kind of
I think it's so they can get more screen time on BTN, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would
Likely,
make sense.
yes. Yeah.
Because it's back-to-back both. So it's going to go Ohio State, Penn State at like 7:30 Eastern, and then at 9:30 Eastern, it's Iowa, Minnesota.
You guys need to start telling BTN they better start giving you shout-outs for all the ratings you guys are giving them.
Hey, we got Brayton Lee, Pat Lugo this week. That's going to be really good.
And Cassiope.
There's Gable.
Yeah, another good test.
Ooh, nice.
I'm not as interested in that one.
I mean,
You're not even a little bit
luster off that one.
Yeah,
You guys got to be at least a little bit interested.
I mean, I'm watching. I'm there. It's gonna happen. I'm excited about it. But I just, I feel like I just don't see how Cassiope makes it interesting. That's just my opinion. Okay.
What's the over-under on that one? Where would you set it at?
Oh, 4.5.
Oh, I got Cassiope then.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh no, 4.5 for Gable.
Yeah,
I'm taking Gable.
Yeah, it's gonna be on.
Really? You think he's gonna beat by 5
you
or
saw
more?
What Mason just did to him?
Oh yeah, damn it, I did.
You're thinking Carver. Listen, Ben can't shake that Carver big Tony moment.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
We'll always have that. Do you want
Minnesota does not have a chance of winning the duel, correct?
I don't think so.
How
can you get to 5? If you get to 5, they can't win. I think DeSanto's back, right?
He was listed as an or.
Either way, Minnesota doesn't have a good 33, so.
Boo Dryden is he's better than the guy they had. Boo Dryden and Paul Glenn would probably be a match, but at 41, so they could win 41, 49. I'm talking about Minnesota. They could win heavyweight.
Heavyweight. That's probably it.
That's probably it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe 84 would be a huge upset. I guess that's probably the next closest possibility.
There may be a scenario. Webster. Yeah, Webster's beating some dudes though.
Mm-hmm.
He beat.
Yeah, he's solid.
Darmstadt.
He beat our
child.
mans. He beat our son. He beat our son, and then but that was actually good. That was nice of him to do because it convinced him to go to 197 afterwards. So it all worked out in the end. Okay. Want to go to some questions. We may get out of here a little early for once. Do you have anything, Ben?
What? I think Adam Fellers is probably full of crap, but he said Fix versus DeSanto and Carver Hawkeye next weekend. A lot more coming out on the subject soon. I gotta assume he's full of crap, right?
I just saw him put that in there too. I don't know.
What? No way.
He's full of crap. He's got to be.
What why would they pull out Dayton now?
That doesn't make any sense.
They've got the number one recruiting class coming in. I would not be. I do not support that decision if they do it.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Fellers may know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Questions from friends?
Questions from friends. Okay. We already asked that. Someone asked if do you think Sajalayev even batted an eye at the Jaden news, and Ben did his impersonation and thinks no. This is an interesting question from Thomas Vivian. Would it be wiser to invest in wrestling facilities or freestyle talent? I guess if you're a
good
program.
question.
I think
buildings cost a lot of money. How much does that Iowa building cost, guys?
It's gonna be probably 10, 20 million. You have to guess.
It's like 20 million, I think, is what they approved it for.
Yeah. Damn. Think about how many wrestlers you could get for that.
Man, you could get like the entire Uzbekistan team for that. And still have enough for a couple of Dagestannis.
For a whole Olympic cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably depends on who you are, right?
Yeah, to me,
Like what program you are, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because you have to remember, every program has some base level of facilities, right? They have a building. They have a place they can do.
Yeah.
I think you're better off investing big on freestyle talent. I think that's going to have the biggest impact on your program.
I would probably take a tiny bit of money and maybe put some touch up and paint, depending on my facility, maybe a little bit nicer. And then I'd go get a whole bunch of a new coat of paint to make things look real nice, Christian.
Really
then I get a whole bunch of wrestlers.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I mean, Cuba's probably a weird example, but just international wrestling in general, the facilities that they have compared to the facilities. If you correlated nice facilities with championships, we would never lose, because I bet we have the best facilities in the world. I mean, I bet any one of there's probably 20 different colleges than anywhere in the world, right? Maybe there's some in Russia or Iran, but probably not. They don't have the sophistication that we do. So I would say freestyle talent would be a very wise investment. Bracky, can you pull up 174 real quick, the Flow rankings?
Yeah.
Someone asked, Kyle Fake asked, what does 174 look like next year? 6 of the top 8 and 11 of the top 15 are seniors.
All right. Kimmer. Probably still around.
Kimmer's probably back.
Yeah. Hall, he gone. Cutler, gone. Lighty, gone. Steyer, gone. Skatska, gone. Valencia, gone.
Whoa.
Bastion, gone. Joe Smith, gone. So then you're looking
looks like
at
Anthony Mancinona's weight.
Kimmer's probably back. He's probably going to get another year. Then you
better.
have Labriola, Romero, Mancinona.
Yeah, baby.
Jake
Well,
Gabaliver.
Carter Soroki's going to be top 3 right off the bat.
Dude, he looks like that is shaping up nice, because I'll put him ahead of any of those guys except for Kimmer right now.
Yeah, and then it just comes down to who maybe comes up or comes down in red shirts.
Yeah, who could?
Well, 65's got a solid amount of seniors, too. You got Chenzo, Isaiah White, Shields, McFadden. That's 4 of the top 7.
I wonder where Makai is weight-wise. Is he going to be a 65?
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like our guy Cody Howard may be making his way down to 74 eventually for Virginia Tech after McFadden's graduation.
Oh, I just got a text that Anthony Valencia has another year.
Okay.
He does? How?
I guess this would be his third. This year will be his third NCAA tournament, because he's taken 2 red shirts. He had an Olympic and then a regular.
Yeah. So, because his first one was an Olympic.
Yes. Is that right, Bracky?
No, yeah, I think he's right. He might be a senior technically on the roster, but he could have another year of eligibility.
Got it. We should probably change that. So, yeah, it's going to be a really different weight class with Mark out of the way. And looking at who's redshirting, does Cornell have anyone coming out? Oh, Miles Reed's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, I got to assume he goes up, though. He's wrestling 86 kg.
I know, but he did all last year, and he was going 86, so I don't know.
It works better it also works better for Michigan's lineup as we talk for him to go up.
That's right. He needs to go up. Man, he
needs to go up.
Yeah. So
how many is 84 graduates? Valencia, Lujan, Andrew Morgan. 84 doesn't graduate all that much.
84 is young. It's gonna be really tough. It may be the toughest weight next year. Although if 33 gets everyone back, that would be wild.
33 is gonna be the toughest. Yes.
Yes, no doubt about it. Okay, good question, Kyle Fake. Match you're most excited for: Dake Burrows or Cox Snyder?
I don't know. I don't have strong feelings in that one. I'm excited for both of them.
Oh wow.
Lame answer.
So lame. I'm most excited for Dake Burrows. I really am. I feel like every installment of that rivalry has been really exciting. And no matter what happens, it's just high drama. I feel like if Jaden comes out and wins, it's kind of like, well, it just in my perception, it's like what's supposed to happen. Although who knows with Kyle, as great as he is, I'm excited for Dake Burrows, personally.
What have you picked Dake or Burrows yet?
Yeah, Burrows. I'm tired. This is something I always say. I'm just tired. I hear it every year how it's gonna happen. Dake's gonna take him out, and it just doesn't happen. And I haven't seen. Where have you seen real regression from Jordan? I mean, losing matches late, but okay, he's still they're matches he should win, right? I haven't seen a major deterioration from Jordan that makes me think, and I don't know that I've seen this incredible improvement from Dake that says he's so much different from who he was in 2017. I think they're both about the same as they were back then. I know Dake has gone on to win 2 world titles, one of which he didn't get scored upon, but I think if that was at 74, it's a little different story because the weight classes are 74 is tougher than 79. Period. I don't think that's disputable. So I haven't seen something that says Dake is way better than Burrows right now. And while they both have that winning quality, I'm just sticking with Burrows for now. And it could certainly Dake has beaten him and made it interesting, and those are really close. But I see Burrows doing it, and it would be high drama if this is the end of Burrows' run.
Yeah.
Where do you lean?
I was gonna. I think the coin flip. I was gonna lean Dake, and then you had that impassioned speech, and I'm gonna pick Burrows.
Yeah, sweet.
It is a coin flip. I feel like it's a 50-50, and I feel like anyone, if they say they know, then I think that person's totally full of crap.
I know, and so many people think they know that it's gonna be Dake. I think it's crazy.
They're full of crap. If they know, they're lying.
Lying. Okay. Who corners Jaden at trials, Kevin Jackson or Tervel? I would imagine they would both be there, but certainly Kevin Jackson will be in Jaden's corner.
Yeah, Kevin Jackson for sure.
Yeah. Askren's Morning Whiz asks, what's the max amount of coffee one should drink in the morning?
Well, so the problem, you know what? I've been sleeping real nice. That is funny that I got that Twitter handle. And, I woke up early yesterday morning. I was drinking some juice, some water, and then I had 2.5 cups of coffee on top of that. So it was the pre-hydration prior to that. Normally I'm trying to become more of a morning person. Usually I've not been a morning person. You guys asked me to be on the show at 8:15 a.m. three mornings a week. So I'm trying to become more. Usually I start grinding late at night. I like working late at night, not in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
They say that's very common with creative people. Did you know
nice.
that? Yeah. So
I did not know that. I'm definitely a night owl.
I work with a lot of creative types, so I did some reading, and that's something that a lot of them are like.
Is that why Flow is empty at like 8 a.m.?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's what they claim.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, we are the morning people of the office. Okay, can we have a name butchering
for the life of me? No, for the life of me, Christian, I can't get the I wake up at 4 a.m. type crowd. I don't get it. It's like, listen, bro, if you work 8 hours a day or 9 hours a day or whatever your workload is, 10 hours, whatever, who cares if it starts at 4 or if it starts at 10 a.m.? Who cares? You work 10 hours, right?
I don't
it's irrelevant.
Know. I don't know. I just like getting up early. I feel like I get a head start on the day in that way. And it depends on your job, too, right? I mean, because a workday at Flow, like the timing of things matters because when people are awake is when things. This is a pattern I got in when I was creating content more. But you want to be up early and on top of everything and getting content out, and that needs to align with when people are awake. So timing matters. For you, it may not matter, but
people are awake at 9 p.m. That's actually say 7 to 9 p.m. is kind of prime time for social media. You got to back me up on that one, Brecky.
Yeah, you got to be up then.
No, yeah, you're
right. You got to be up then too.
But you got to get what I think the Chris point he's saying. You got to get the stuff done, so then it can run in those time slots.
Yeah.
Nice. Got it.
Okay. And someone wants to have a name butchering contest between Sion and Ben Askren.
Oh, I am great with names. What are they talking about?
What you do? I don't want to be name corrector guy, even though I have in the past. But yeah, you missed.
You can be.
You say Hidley, it's Hidley. I know how it's spelled. We all know how it's spelled. So I'll give you a pass on that one, but it is Hidley.
Okay. Allegedly.
Well, it's what his parents say. They literally.
I'm gonna need a video of his parents saying that.
They actually
Just hit up Mark. He's a great dude.
Yeah, Mark hit me up at the Scuffle when I was at the Scuffle. He's like, "Can you tell the announcers it's Hidley, not Hidley?" It's like, "Sure, no problem."
Okay.
But no,
I'm gonna fix that. Hidley. That sounds funny.
Hidley.
Hidley.
Lee.
Okay, got it. Tough. What else? Lee, like Lee.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's HIDE space LEE.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even. They just need to change it.
I don't see that happening. Okay. Any other ones? Anything else before we go, Ben?
I thought there was one other one. No, maybe I didn't. No, I'm great. I'm excited. We got a lot of wrestling. We have a lot of wrestling every weekend, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the Iowa, Minnesota. I'm excited for Ohio State, Penn State. And we got regional starting here in Wisconsin. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you go to all those?
I'm going to visit a couple, yeah. I mean, so now it's like all of our guys wrestling all of our guys. So it's kind of, I don't want to say whatever, but for me, it's like, I'm not going to cheer for one of AWA guys against another one of the AWA guys. I'm going to be completely neutral. So for me, I can't really cheer that all that much.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're just taking over the state. You have a monopoly.
Not the whole state yet, but at least this southeast corridor we definitely do, and we're opening two new facilities in the spring, so that will help with our state domination.
Well, where is the toughest region for wrestling in Wisconsin traditionally?
Well, so historically, these guys did these sectional breakdowns, like they would give guys place points at state based on their sectional, and the ones down here were always the worst. And now, if you do it, they're generally the best. That makes sense.
Okay, so you flipped it on its head.
We flipped it. We flipped it on them.
Nice. All right, well, we're ready to go. Feel free to play us out. You get 9 minutes of free time, Ben.
Yes! Hey, buy Bitcoin.
Go back
long Bitcoin, short the banks.
What?
Long Bitcoin, short the banks, Christian. Let's go.
I got a crypto. You got a Litecoin shirt. What's a Litecoin? There's too many. It's all fake. What does this even mean, Ben?
It's not fake. We just hit 10,000 again.
All right, I was at the gas station. They wouldn't take Bitcoin.
You didn't have any. Don't lie.
You can't knock out.
You would have loved the murder hotel we stayed at in Cleveland at NCAA's because they had a Bitcoin ATM in the lobby.
Oh, yes. I would have bought some for sure.
Yeah, you know what the cop said when he found out we were staying there? He said, this is the worst place in Cleveland. In all of Cleveland, this was the worst. But yeah, buy Bitcoins, Litecoins.
Long Bitcoin, short the bankers.
Okay, short them. Ben Askren is not a financial advisor.
I am not.
We have to make that statement. All right, thanks so much.
All right,
we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.